Hello, my darlings. This is Annette of AnnetteLeonard.com, back again with Chronic Wellness. I am under the weather. I've caught what I think is pneumonia. So I have been feeling extra. I've been feeling extra and have that high fever, sweaty, achy, chilly thing happening for me today. But what I want to talk to you about is depression. As I've talked about here for the last, I don't know, 5 or so months, I've been going through it. And in my life, depression has been cyclical. It started in early adolescence and comes a knockin' every, I don't know, 3 to 5 years, sometimes longer. And because I go years in between events, when it comes back, it often takes me a while to acknowledge or recognize that that's what it is. And it throws me for a loop, knocks me for six, and many times carries with it kind of a sense of failure, kind of a, God, I thought I'd licked this, and surprise about again. And living with chronic illness and pain and having, our mind be a place that we try to go to for refuge, that I try to go to for refuge, then be a continued place of anguish or difficulty. Whew. It's agony, and it makes the days seem longer and harder. It amplifies my pain oftentimes, or my experience of pain. And I have often said that if depression had a tagline, it would be something like, "What's it all for? None of it matters. I don't want to be here." Because that's been my experience of depression in the past. But this depression has a different flavor. This depression is occurring like all my critical voices are the only voices I can hear. They're crowding out my common sense, my self-love, what I know to be actually true. But it doesn't really matter about all those other things, because what is true, what is happening, is just like harassment and negativity and criticism and judgment and just meanness that I can sometimes combat, but sometimes I can't. Sometimes it's just crippling. It's like it's like I'm trolling myself and I can't, it's not like I can close the computer. It's happening in here, and it feels like a game of whack-a-mole, an unproductive game where I'm just like, shut up, shut up. No, that's not true. No, shut it down. And, we all have self-critical moments. And I've had a lot of success in dealing those with serenity and with peacefulness, and being able to kind of be like, thank you for your opinion. I hear you, and okay, and great. Please take this seat over here. You're not going to drive the car. And all of my tools aren't working right now. Like me and Pema Chodron aren't getting the job done, and none of my loving kindness and self-compassion meditations are buttoning this up. And as a matter of fact, the more I try to button it up, the more persistent and the louder it's becoming. So I tell you this just because I promise to be truthful here. And I suspect I'm not the only one carrying some of this difficulty. And I have been working with my therapist on these issues, and unsurprisingly, we are going back in time and visiting my childhood and trying to get a handle on what gave birth to these critical voices. And like so many dysfunctions as we age, they started out as functional things, ways that we survived or endured or made sense of our early environments and navigated things that weren't functional or didn't make sense to us. And I'm also trying to pan back in my better moments and understand ways in which this depression is trying to serve me. Is this a time where I need to pull in? Are there things that this is trying to teach me? I got online and read the myth of Persephone, Greek mythology, the goddess who was pulled into the underworld, as a curiosity, just wondering if I would draw any parallels to this sense of being in the underworld right now, and wondering if / when / whether I'm going to emerge from this, and what mysteries or teachings might be revealed from this time. I think when we are suffering with chronic pain and chronic illness, adding in anxiety, depression, anguish of any kind, just is extra special. So my heart is with you. My thoughts are with you. And I just want to say, if you too are suffering, you're not alone. So as ever, I'd be glad to hear from you. I'd be happy if you want to sound off and tell me about your experiences of depression, about how you deal with the critical voices in your head, and what tips or techniques you have. So that's it for today. But until we're together again, know that I'm thinking about you, and be well.